Here is a sexy picture of Nami, I guess, that I drew for you, brothers and sisters, mainly brothers. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook if you'd like to see more artwork like this.
The One Piece, Chapter 73, Monsters of the Grand Line.
Oh, jeez. I needed a good laugh. This was good. Welcome, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another review on the tantalizing tale, and actually very comical tale at times, of One Piece. Our last chapter left us, ending with Zoro had been freed and has knocked out everybody in Arlong Park. Arlong and a couple of his henchmen, of course, went to Coco Village. He was almost killing Genzo, the villager there, for possessing a sword. Usopp pissed him off by hitting him with one of his exploding stars, and then ran off. We finally was finally revealed to us why Nami is in his service, and that she's trying to get this 100 million berries to him, and that she's been in his service for 8 years now, but that she's doing it to buy the village back from him, because he's like a mob boss. He basically puts these villages under his protection. So anyway, the part with Zoro being freed, and then just kind of he was freed by Nami, and he could have left, but he's pretty much like, I made Luffy a promise, and he just decided to just knock everybody the fuck out that was in the Arlong Park there. And he's just kicked back, he's just chilling and just relaxing. He's got a Hawaiian shirt on. He's got himself a little drink with the little umbrella in it. So, not really, but so that's how it starts off. And he's kind of sitting there, and it then flashes to outside of Arlong Park, the front gates. And remember, Arlong Park is the water embanks right up to it. So Hachi, the man with the octopus pot and the octopus-like man with the 6 arms, is over there, and he's going, Momoo, come and get it, and he's holding this giant roast pig that he has, and he's like, and then it goes and it shows a flash into the ocean, and there's fish swimming around in this big cave that it would be in, but there's nothing in the cave. We can see it's just black, So then he's like, well, there must be something wrong. What the hell? And he sounds the trumpet again. He says, maybe he already ate. Maybe he's not hungry. Maybe I should eat the roast pig. That's his favorite, though. So Zoro goes, and he's inside, and he's just like, was that a trumpet? And he goes over and pops his head over the wall, and he goes, hey, what's going on? What's with the trumpet, And so Hachi goes and thinks nothing of it, and he's just like, wait, you're a human. And he says, oh yeah, what are you, a fish man? And he says, yes, I'm a friendly, cuddly octopus fish man, and my name is Hatchum, but everybody calls me Hachi for short. So him and Zoro start talking a little bit, and you're thinking, this is funny, because Zoro's technically a prisoner, but apparently Hachi didn't see him come in, or didn't know that, because he's treating him just like he's, part of the gang. So he says, and he goes, what, are you a guest here? And he says, yeah. And Zoro says, yeah, I'm a guest here, And so he goes, I'm looking for, and he goes, well, Arlong's gone right now, And he says, yeah, I know. Where did he go? And he goes, well, he's at Coco Village taking care of something and this and that. And Zoro says, well, where's that at? Because I gotta get over there. I gotta go see him. And it doesn't let on at all that he's a prisoner and an enemy, right? So so he says, well, hop in the pot. You're a friend, right? I'll take you there. You're a guest, right? I'll take you there. So Zoro's like, okay. jumps in that floating sea pot boat-like thing that he has. It then goes and it takes us out to, and this is the part that I was laughing. That was comical, but this is really funny the way it goes. So we go and we assume that Luffy and Sanji and Yosaku are getting closer now. We hope anyway. And all of a sudden it goes to them, and they're like, and Yosaku's like, oh, and Sanji's like, oh, and Luffy's like, what the, Then we go and we see in the next panel, we see this giant cow, right? And it's got the horns like a bull, though, and it's got this big ring through its nose, and it's Momoo, the sea monster, or the sea beast, and it's like, Arlong's battle beast or something like that, and you're like, what the hell? It just looks goofy. It's this huge menacing thing the size of like the Kraken or something, from like a Clash of the Titans, but it's a cow, So, and the thing's thinking in its head, this isn't roast pig. And so anyway, it kind of comes up and rears up upon them, and they're all scared. And Yusaku's like, it just wants our food, just give it our food, right? And Luffy just in one fell swoop in the next page, you turn the page and it's just, Gomu pistol, whack! He just fucking jacks up the cow, right? The cow splashes back in the water, and oh, you taught him, In the next panel, the thing is mad now. You see its teeth bare, and it's pissed, And there's like, no, you only pissed it off. And then Luffy goes, all right, I'll jack him up again, right? And Sanji goes, no, that poor defenseless beast. Maybe it was just foraging for food, and maybe it maybe it's injured and it needs to. And Sanji and his need to feed everyone or anything that needs food, right? Maybe he's just hungry, so he goes and he tries to go over and give it a plate of food. And this nice panel, it shows it. And then in the next panel, as you turn the page, Sanji just whack, fucking kicks him in the face. And they're like, "What'd you do that for? I thought you were trying to feed him." And he's like, "Dumb animal, tried to eat me too." So now the cow is pissed off, right? Yosaku's shitting his pants, And Luffy's like, "It's okay, I'll take him out." And he goes and he rears back up again, and Sanji, without even saying anything, is just like, "Collier Coup!" And they explain that Collier is the French French word for neck meat, right? But at any rate, Sanji fucking jumps up like 20 feet in the air and just snap kicks this motherfucker right in the throat. And just whacks him with this Collier Coup, And anybody who's ever been hit in the throat area, it hurts. Your wind gets knocked out. You can't breathe right because your windpipe is freaking crushed. But he nails this thing, flies back into the water. And the other part, too, that was funny is right when this thing rears up, right, and everybody's like, "Oh," Luffy goes, "Look at all that beef." That was another part that made me laugh. And sorry, I'm talking out of order. It really is just very comical to me. So things settle back down. Now the beast has been defeated or whatever, and they say, "Oh, geez, okay, you defeated him." And so then Luffy's like, "Good, now we can get back to eating," And Sanji goes, "Yeah, that I'm all worked up now. I'm hungry." And Yosaku's like, "What the hell is wrong with you two?" This is because they announced this as that. What is he doing here in East Blue? This is a monster from the Grand Line. So you're thinking this is a big badass thing, and Luffy and Sanji just treat it like it's like it's nothing, man, like it's a stray cat. So I just thought it was comical the whole way everything transpired. We then go and we're then taken back to Coco Village actually, and Zoro has now gotten there. He's been brought in the octopus pot by Hachi, and they're like buddies, and he's like, "Okay, see you later," and Zoro's like, "Thanks for the ride," and "Okay, take it easy, bud," and they're chums, man. They're bros now, right? So he goes and Hachi, goes to take off, and Zoro goes into the village, and then and they basically tell him, they're like, "No, you just missed him. Like he went to Arlong Park, or he was captured and he went to Arlong Park, or whatever." Basically, the bottom line is they tell him that he's at Arlong Park now, right? So Zoro's like, "Damn it, Arlong Park," because he was just there, right? So then it goes back to Arlong Park, and Arlong shows up, and remember now, since he's been gone, Zoro knocked out like fucking, we see the body strewn out at the beginning of it, and I don't know, it looks like 15, maybe 20 guards, so Zoro is like got the ultimate, he's got the badge of badassery, right? And so he goes and walks in, and he's like, "What the hell?" Got some of the guys are still kind of half out of it, coming to or whatever, and then somebody goes, "Rorona, Zoro." And he's like, what do you mean, Zoro? How did he get in here? What did maybe he's come for my head, he's a pirate bounty hunter, right? Maybe he came for me. And they're like, "No, we brought him in. The man with the sash, that we brought in as a prisoner, that was him, right?" So he's like, "Oh, yeah, son of a bitch." And then one of his henchmen, one of his right-hand men's like, "Oh, yeah, well, maybe Nami's in on it, right? Maybe Nami brought him in here to kill you as like an assassin or something like that, or to capture you. Maybe she's betraying us." And they kind of start going and stirring up the pot with this. "Oh, yeah, she was acting kind of funny today, and she did go and save Zoro when he jumped in the water, right?" So Nami goes and she stomps that shit out right away. She walks back in now from her little visit to Coco Village, and she's like, "What the fuck? You really think that I've turned coat? Listen, first of all, when I got this tattoo on my shoulder or my arm here 8 years ago, I made an oath, okay? Second of all, I'm pretty close to actually hitting my goal of what I promised or what I said or pledged that I would pay to Arlong to actually get my village back. And I'm so close now. You really think I would fuck that up? What's the point, right?" And she's mad, So Arlong even says, he goes, "No, they were just getting a little bit excited. You have every reason to be angry and upset. I know that you're loyal, Nami, and that's kind of how it goes too, right?" So that whole exchange happens over there with that. Usopp has been captured. Some of the guys bring him in. They're like, "Oh, we captured him. We got him. And maybe we should kill him. It'll make you feel better. Or you could kill him. It'll make you feel better." And Arlong goes, "Day like today, I don't know, right?" So Usopp's like, "All right, that's cool. Nice meeting you all. I'll take off, So Arlong goes, and when he has that exchange with Nami, he then says after that, he's like, and I don't know if it happened in this exact order, but I know that towards the end of this whole conversation, as far as him not, or some of his guys not trusting Nami, and him kind of reassuring her that he does, he goes and says, okay, well, you know what? Well, let's kill Zoro. Let's hunt down and kill Zoro and this long-nosed fool. I think he refers to Usopp as. So that's pretty much where we end up. It then goes to the next panel, or the last panel of the chapter, and it appears that to go faster, to sail faster, to get to Arlong Park, they have somehow commandeered the use of Momoo, the sea beast, right, the cow, and basically are using him to go and get them to Arlong Park, because they're like, yeah, go, they're like, take us to Arlong Park. So apparently they found a way to go and lash him to the boat or tie him to the boat or something so he could pull them quickly to Arlong Park. So things are starting to heat up. As I said, I think it was a very lighthearted, very fun chapter. I do like the way that he can incorporate comedy in there, and it's not so over the top that it's completely unbelievable, but it's just so delicately and nicely woven into the fabric of the story that you have a few chapters that are a little bit slower, laying the groundwork, the character development, the new area, the locations, right? And then you go and you have something like this that kind of is lighthearted, just sort of breaks it up, breaks things up. And then as we can see, things are going to start to heat up, because the shit is going to hit the fan, once Luffy gets there with Sanji, and once the whole crew gets reunited over there, and I'm sure that it's going to come out eventually about what's going on with Nami, and they're basically going to try to so Arlong doesn't oppress these 20 villages anymore. They're probably going to try to do something with him. So I'm certainly looking forward to diving into the next one. Can't wait, Nation. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up button, the like button, of course, if you think I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We'll look forward to catching you in the next one, Nation. As always, thank you for watching, brothers and sisters. Be sure to subscribe and take a look at some of my other videos. Thanks. See you next time, Nation.